So, I'm sure by the title of today's video, you know that I'm moving on. And by moving on, I mean I'm getting rid of my Christmas tree. I'm finally taking it down, so yeah. I've been having so much fun lately just starting this YouTube channel, well, starting a consistent upload process. This channel's been around for a few years, and there's a few privated videos that I'm just keeping back deep in the archives just for myself, just because I'm not happy with them. But like the flow of ideas is starting. One thing when I was just getting my feet wet with this whole YouTube thing is like, I didn't have any ideas. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what kind of videos I'd be making. I still don't know what kind of genre or niche that I'm living in, but I'm just trying to experiment, try different things, see where I finally land in terms of my content creation. But I have so many ideas, all like completely random, but I'm capturing them. So some I'm sure will play out, but most I'm sure will probably live and die in a notebook or the Notes app on my phone. But just like, I'm happy that the flow of ideas is finally starting and that I'm just creating and just having a blast. But I just love like the whole process of YouTube. I just love creating. I love recording on this camera and then offloading the footage and cutting and splicing it together. One of my favorite processes, I think, of the YouTube experience is, for me, just because my personality type, the editing process, that's where like just the story comes together. That's where you splice it and make it all just so nice and neat and tidy, and file management and organization. That's just things that I really thoroughly enjoy and have a lot of fun doing. But I'm not here to just talk about just my YouTube process. And the main thing that I'm doing today is taking down this Christmas tree, because I'm tired of looking at it, honestly, and it's starting to feel a little less special now that we're about midway into February or so. So it needs to come down. I need to put it in the attic. The box I already have down, so let's tear this bad boy apart. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can see down here, but like there's a tangled mess basically all around the central like spiral. So my best course of action is to take the whole tree just apart, and then that way I can take the stem out of the bottom and just get the lights out. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, mostly separated. This is a mess. The little, whatever you want to call them, pine needles, the fake pine needles, are just everywhere. They're all over me. They're in my lungs. I feel like they're in my hair. But yeah, I'm gonna keep tearing this apart and then eventually haul to the attic, which is outside in the garage. So I guess just kind of hug it like this. Bubble wrap's supposed to help protect it a little. So I just realized that since all the bulbs are not working, I don't really need to use this bubble wrap. So I'm just kind of laying it in there, just throwing it. So yeah. Also, I need to move this camera. It's kind of scratching up this nice table. I'm bleeding. I don't know what, I guess from pushing it down. I don't gonna see a cut, but gosh. So, focus. So, brief intermission while I let this wound stop from bleeding, because I don't want to get it all over the box. Yeah, the creative process, my creative process, still developing, but I feel like I've had more ideas than ever, just in general, whether it's for work, like my full-time job, or if it's for YouTube, just creativity. It's something that I've had to develop, I believe. I didn't always think in this way, in this manner. One interesting thing about my process, because I know everyone's different. So when I try to sit down and come up with ideas for a video or for whatever I'm trying to do, I just don't have a whole lot of luck when I just sit down and go, I'm gonna dedicate a full hour to coming up with ideas for videos or for different things on this channel. But when I get those ideas, essentially you could call them shower thoughts, because that's where I get them all. I know it's almost stereotypical, but I get most of my ideas like just randomly, not even like in the shower, but just like if I'm walking around, I just get like hit with an idea. I'm like, oh, that would be an amazing video. So like, I don't know if I'm the only one that is like this, where I can't come up with ideas if I'm actively trying to think of ideas, but I'm just going about my day doing something else, an idea will just randomly hit me. So I have to capture it down in like a notebook or a journal or whatever. So yeah, that's a little insight into my creative process. Hope that helped. Okay, I think this wound is mostly dried up, so back to packing up the box. Gaff tape for the win. This spoke too soon. There we go. Gaff tape for the win. It's been a theme on this channel lately. Gaff tape saving my life. Not my life, but helping make my videos better. So go get yourself some gaff tape. Not sponsored, by the way. Actually not that bad of a rainy day. I mean, it's like misting, but it's like really cloudy, and it's actually a lot of really soft light, which I guess is good. But as far as like for my mood and for everything, I would much prefer it to be a nice, sunny, beautiful day, not cold, rainy, misty, because look at this. It's just pure, just white nothingness. It looks like something out of, I don't know, some like Netflix show where like people are coming out of the woods and coming to get you, and I don't know where I'm going with this, I'm sorry. Get some lights on. Open up this ND filter. Check out the upstairs. Just try to. Yeah, I'll just put it over there. There's a clear path. Try to not die on my way down. Be great. I just decided to leave it right here with the other one, and also I realized I sealed this box before putting this thing in, so I'm just gonna leave it there, and well, I'll put it in later when we actually put it up in the attic. So goodbye, garage. All right, the Christmas tree is in the garage, taken care of. See you this December. I want to just talk a little bit more about like my creative process, the creative process in general. It sounds so extravagant, but just like, it's easy to feel like we can like handcuff ourselves to what we're allowed to create and allowed to just imagine. If you just start by like pushing all those boxes away and just like truly trying to approach something from a different angle. I think I have a rebellious personality a little bit. When I think of, I was just watching a video about, I was just watching a YouTube video about like flat lay photography, like where everything's so nice and neat and laid out and organized. As soon as the person in the video said, this is how you're supposed to do it, I immediately was like, I'm gonna find a totally different way on how you do this, because I don't know, that was just like my first genuine reaction. So just breaking the box and the boundaries a little bit on what limitations you put on yourself, because really there shouldn't be any box for creativity unless you're working for someone else and they have specific guidelines that you have to follow because they're the client and they're paying you to create what they want. But if it's just creating for yourself, just have fun with it. Just change it up. Approach it from a completely different perspective. And I think that'll dramatically change just how you think. I try to plan out most of my videos, in a little journal, but I can only get as far as planning. Here's how I do notes, because I feel like I do better just flying off the cuff. It might not work out for too much longer, we'll see, but I feel like I give a more genuine, just in the moment response. I'm very good spontaneously, I feel, instead of planning something out, just because I feel like if I write a script, it might come off as disingenuous. But I usually plot out the theme or the story of the episode, and then I create the locations that I want to go. Even it doesn't have to be down the street or at work or whatever. It can just be bedroom, kitchen, outside, garage. Just little things that change it up so you're at least not sitting in one location, just to change it up a little bit. And then underneath I put the points that I want to talk about, and I do a little number association. So location 1 lines with point number 2, which is whatever, just if there's a specific reason, like in a couple weeks ago, the video I shot where I went from the kitchen to the laundry room, that was a planned out transition, so it just kind of worked out nicely, and I was able to just talk about doing the laundry and how that's not exactly a fun thing to do, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say. One thing with my creative process though, I feel like it's very directly tied to what I feel like I am limited to do. Since it's been rainy the past few weeks, I feel like it's been a challenge, but I think in a creative, in a healthy way, that I have to come up with different ways I have to shoot these videos. So I'm shooting inside, shooting in different locations, different rooms, planning it out in a way that I'm able to still provide some content versus going around side, ripping the one wheel, or driving down the street or whatever. It's just so cold and so nasty. And I think most YouTubers retreat and hibernate for the winter unless it's for a specific project, but they retreat to their bedrooms or studios, offices, whatever, what have you, and just shoot from those areas from September or whenever the temperature starts to rise in their area. The creative process, mine is still very well developing. For my job, I have to be a creative person. I create content, I create different things for my bosses, and then I have to present those on a weekly basis. So I'm just in a constant creation mode, but doing this for myself, one rule that I heard about that just really inspires me is one for them, one for yourself. Not necessarily my work, I'm not trying to bog them down or anything, but this could even go as far as YouTube. If I make 2 YouTube videos, one of those better be for myself, because if I'm just making videos, I mean, I make these for you guys, but also I do this because I like it, because I have fun. I love sitting down, editing, setting up camera shots and lighting. That's where I have a whole lot of fun. That's the process that I really enjoy. If I didn't enjoy that, I wouldn't be doing this at all. Basically, every video is for myself right now. I can see that changing 100%, so that's why I'm gonna always try to always make one for myself, even if no one likes it. As long as I liked it, that's what really mattered. So that wraps up today's vlog, little mini adventure, and just discussing about the creative process. I hope giving you a little bit of insight into how my brain works and how I approach creativity in general. I hope this helps you in any which way. Hit like on this video, subscribe if you want more, and I'll see you all next week. Until then, have fun. Just have some fun.